So many people, like me, you want to lose weight for the summer months, for swimsuit season, but when it comes to managing your weight, it might not be the calories we need to be concerned about. Joining us with more, 22 News registered dietitian Nancy Dell. Pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
And sometimes you put two people on the same eating plan. You tell them both to eat the same thing, do the same amount of exercise for 30 days, and the amount of weight they lose is wildly different. Why is that?
That's correct. Well, partly we know that it's what's inside us, our probiotics, that can make a difference. So Stanford University did a study, initially with mice, okay, and they took identical twin mice, several sets of them. One had healthy probiotics in the intestines, the other one did not. They fed them the same, gave them the same exercise, and the one with the unhealthy probiotics became obese.
Really?
Yep. So what they did was they actually took some of the healthy probiotics from the good mouse, put it in the other one, and with no other changes, that mouse became normal weight. So we know it's beyond calories, other factors affect our weight, and probiotics is one big part.
There's two things to discuss in probiotics. There's one, how to get all of the good ones into your body, and then also what to eat to keep them there. But first, let's talk about good sources of probiotics.
Okay, so probiotics first are the healthy bacteria that live on us and in us. We have 10 trillion cells that make up our body. We should have 100 trillion probiotics living on us.
Wow.
But we kill them off.
It makes you feel dirty a little bit, but in a good way because it's healthy.
96% of bacteria are actually good for us. Only 4% are bad for us. If we have enough good bacteria in us, then we're going to fight off the bad guys. Think of your probiotics like your military.
Okay.
Your Army, your Navy, your Air Force, your Marines, okay? And your intestines are like a parking lot. And you want every space filled with a probiotic so it can do its work and keep you healthy. And one part is keeping your weight normal.
I like that metaphor.
So you have probiotics in fermented vegetables. This is one of my favorite sources.
Sauerkraut, pickles, but you can ferment so many different things.
Right. But what we traditionally see with sauerkraut and pickles is then the manufacturer heats them and puts them on the shelf, and you've killed off the probiotics. So they have to be always kept cold, and you can't heat them.
We've got to read the labels to make sure we know these things.
Right, and you'll find them in the refrigerated section of the grocery store. Okay, so here are a few examples. You got pickles, you got cabbage, you got kimchi.
A couple of local companies in there too, which is nice.
Yeah, many good local companies. The Real Pickle brand is actually grown organically in Hatfield and pickled in Greenfield, so you're supporting local people as well.
Cool.
I like the fermented vegetables because remember, this is going to have so many probiotics on it. We don't even know what all the probiotics are and what all the things they do are either.
But we do know they're good for us.
We do know they're good for us.
Also, Greek yogurt has a good amount of probiotic in it.
Right, any kind of yogurt, okay, a fermented milk basically. Yogurt, you have kefir. This is just a dressing made with yogurt and buttermilk. So, and some of your fermented cheeses will also give you some source of probiotics. Be a little careful of the cheese from a calorie point of view, I say. But you got any fermented food. This is kombucha tea.
Oh, okay.
Kombucha, no,
something like that.
Kombucha
tea.
Okay, made from a mushroom that's fermented. And it's a little fizzy tea, which is very good. You can buy it already made up, which is probably the easiest way to do it, but you can make your own. And then you have several soy products that can be fermented. So these are just your soybeans, but you can ferment them to make miso, tempeh, and that fermented process is what makes that bacteria grow. You can make your own fermented vegetables too at home.
And you can also get this in pill form too.
You can get supplements as well. I always prefer the food because there are things we don't even know that exist on these plants that we can't put in a bottle because we don't know they exist.
That's true. Okay? So always try to eat the real foods.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of real foods, what do we have here?
Okay, so once you have good probiotics in your system, you want to make sure you feed them well. You can kill them off with chlorinated water. You can kill them off with antibiotics. You can kill them off with antibiotics in meats that you may be eating. But what they like to eat, basically, are fruit and vegetable fibers. So again, kind of think of them like little pets, and you want to feed them well, okay?
So we have trillions of pets in our body, and we need to keep them healthy. That's what you're getting at. You're describing like a scary novel or something.
So your whole wheat flour is a good source. Onions, garlic, banana, also very good sources, but just eat a lot of fruits and vegetables in order to feed your probiotics well.
Nancy Dell, this is a great place to stop. Why don't we come back a little bit later in the show and talk more about how two people who are on the same calorie count and the same exercise regime, they can actually lose drastically different amounts of weight.
Okay.
All right, don't go anywhere.